Stories of the Infinite Yes is a collection of first-hand accounts made by participants of the Infinite Yes, or interviews with individuals who have been doing this work ongoing. I am so excited to walk back through the memoirs of the Infinite Yes here with all of you. Thank you for joining us. Hi, I'm Sydney, and these are Stories of the Infinite Yes. I have a great surprise for everyone today. Two of the most beautiful humans have sent a recording to me of their story of the Infinite Yes. These two sisters flew all the way from Australia, and this is what they said.
Hi, I'm Alicia.
Hi, I'm Isabella.
And we're sisters, and we're from Australia. And we're here to tell you about our beautiful journeys with Sid at Infinite Yes. They were just incredibly life-changing and pivotal in our conscious evolution, but in such an intimate and on a more subtle level. But it felt like it really rewired us to be able to express fully who we are in the world.
Definitely. And it came so quickly as well. Like, I had that realization just towards the very end of the journey. Like, I felt like I was coming into myself so much more. Like, I had become a completely different person before and after this, even just the first experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it felt like the effects of the ceremony, it lingered so far beyond just the ceremony space, and it feels like life just became the journey.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful way to describe it.
Oh, thank you. So we had some spontaneous trips to the US because we're living in Byron Bay, Australia. We were called to Colorado.
Yeah.
And it feels like the entire pool was the medicine, and it felt like the medicine was just
pulling us there.
Yeah. So our first journey, well, that was just such a beautiful blossoming for Bella. So do you want to maybe go into that?
Okay. Well, throughout my childhood, I was always really, really shy and felt uncomfortable speaking to anybody. Like, I at school especially, I wouldn't say a word and wouldn't even sing in my singing lessons. I just had no idea what to expect. But I decided to take the medicine anyway, and within just a matter of minutes, I was talking to everybody. Like, I was saying every single thing that was on my mind to anybody. I mean, I had just known these people for a few minutes, not even an hour, and I was telling them my whole story and things I felt that I kept bottled up for so long. I love how that aspect of myself blossomed when it was just my family.
Yeah.
Like, I was with Alicia most of the time, and I'm so glad that I got to share that with her.
Yeah. And I was so glad that you, like, other people were able to see that
to
too.
witness that.
Yeah. So that was really beautiful and special. That was our first journey.
And it was with those other people witnessing that, it felt like they knew us already. Like, we didn't even have to, it was like we didn't have to explain why me talking so much was such a big deal. They understood all of that already, and that's so beautiful.
Yeah, so beautiful. And they were so accepting of, you know, you being at school and not saying a word. I mean, when you were living through that, it seemed like a problem or an issue that everybody was trying to fix. But then coming into that space and explaining what your childhood was like, Sid and the facilitators were like, wow, that's so cool that you didn't speak. You know, I would have wanted to be your best friend at school. And that was like, that just melted my heart because no one had ever really contributed that perspective to the situation ever. And I can only imagine how you would have felt if somebody, you know, 5-6 years ago said that to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that time I would have been confused.
Yeah.
But I also would have been so grateful. I mean, people did want to be my friend, and I'm very grateful for that. To have it with no edge or no
sense of obligation.
Yeah. To have it with no sense of obligation, that would have been so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I got a taste of that at this age.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yay!
It's so beautiful thinking about our journeys. Okay, so the next journey, so this was a private journey that we did.
Yeah, the first one.
And then we did a group.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like the next level for you because, you know, you'd opened up in this intimate space, and the group was a really beautiful, safe, intimate space as well, but with a lot more people.
Yeah. Like at the beginning when we all sat in the circle and introduced ourselves, it was coming up to my turn, and when it was my turn, I didn't say anything. I mean, I hadn't done anything like that before. It was just natural for me not to speak, and so Alicia, beautiful Alicia, spoke for me.
Well, I introduced both of us.
Yeah, as sisters. So we were so together. We were the same thing.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when we were sitting in the circle, I was still getting that uncomfortable feeling, but I saw a beautiful opportunity, and so I decided to take the opportunity. So when it came to my time to speak, I said, "Hello, I'm Isabella. I didn't say anything at the beginning, so I would like to introduce myself now." As it kept kind of like as this grown self, like as a new self, like the real introduction.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful thinking about those memories.
I know.
That was such a full circle experience.
Yeah.
And I suppose it kind of seems simple, you know, going from mute to talking, but you know, for us who've experienced this journey with you, it's such a pivotal point in your life, and
very pivotal.
Yeah, and it was so special to experience that at Infinite Yes.
Yeah, and at that beautiful house.
Yeah, with those beautiful people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we haven't spoken much about the medicine, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I think the medicine for us was just the entire experience, and the welcoming and the homecoming, and then the setting forth into the world from that really safe root that we made within who we truly are.
Yeah, and it's something, that feeling and that expression is something we can always go back to.
Yeah.
Like even on the medicine, we still remember how to come back to that.
Yeah, and that's so special. That's something that will never leave us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like with so much we experience so much on our trips to Mexico and the US, but each time I think about it, when I think about what my favorite part of it was, or what the most life-changing part of it was, I always think about the journey. I mean, when we saw some beautiful things, but
and had some
the journey was
experiences.
Just, it was an almost indescribable experience, but a beautifully indescribable journey.
Yeah, and I think that's what was calling us to travel all along. So we're just so grateful that we found it.
Yeah.
And so thank you, Sid, and
thank you,
thank you, Infinite Yes.
Yeah.
And